The Clippers starting five. Dudley and Griffin, your small and power forwards. CP3 at point with Redick there, the backcourt. And it's Jordan in at the five, roaming the paint. And for Memphis, Conley and Allen are the guard set. Zebo and Marcus All are up front. And it's Prince in at the three. Here's Griffin. Conley grabs the miss.
You know, the big knock on Blake Griffin through the beginning of his career is that he struggled with his free throws. He worked at it, and last season had the highest free throw percentage of his career. Well done by Blake. He's got to continue to improve there.
Paul with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Lets it fly. Misses off the right iron.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And for Blake Griffin, of course, draws fouls in bunches. In fact, last season, around 67% from the free throw line.
A major improvement. He was closer to 50% the year before that. So, you know, he'd like to even get better than 67, but that's serviceable. That's to the point where you're going to make people pay if they foul you. So I like what Griffin has done as far as the improvement is concerned.
And the rejection by Prince, but they get it back. Ball against Conley, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And the Grizzlies with possession. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Randolph, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Randolph's got the first points up on the board for the Grizzlies. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. The shot's good from Paul.
There they go, finally able to drop one in on their fourth try.
Clippers on defense. Conley kicks to Gasol. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Back to Conley. Allen up top, shot clock at 6. Paul against Conley. Cannot hit. Good work defensively by Paul. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I had a chance to catch up with Dave Yeager. I asked him about the challenge of containing Chris Paul, and he said, well, he's one of the best in the business, maybe the best. There's really nothing he can't do. But fellas, he said matching CP3's intensity on the court and making him work defensively are two keys. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. The free throw drops for Dudley.
Jared Dudley out of Boston College in his 7th season already. A smart vet who knows where to be defensively. He knocks down shots. I like his game. He's a winning player because he does a lot of little things and is always ready to step into his role. Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
There's the lob to the hoop, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. And for Jared Dudley, Steve, you had a chance to be around him in your time in Phoenix.
Yeah, traded for him. That was the Raja Bell, Boris Diaw for Jason Richardson and Dudley trade. Pretty good deal for both teams, really. But Dudley came into his own when he arrived in Phoenix, developed that three-point shot, but had always been a guy respected for his defense, for his work ethic, and his basketball IQ.
Former ACC Player of the Year. Griffin a screen on Conley. From 18 feet away, and Blake Griffin again. Griffin's got his second basket of the game. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Conley kicks to Allen. Pass to Randolph. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
When Randolph was younger, guys, he got a bad rap for making bonehead plays on the court, putting up ill-advised threes and committing foolish fouls and so on and so on. But since coming to Memphis, he's been as heady and as smart and as engaged a player as anyone at the 4 spot in the league. He's one of my favorite guys to watch work because he does it with skill, force, and understanding of the game.
Griffin, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, how exciting is it, guys, to see him go hard to the basket like that? I love it.
It's always fun to see, and it's one of the sights you can count on when he's out there, for sure.
Yeah, but you've got to try to do more to slow him down. You can't play him so soft near the hoop.
Here is Conley. The Clippers getting the bucket. Back to Randolph. 5 to shoot. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. You talk about Randolph's understanding of the game. Not the biggest or the most athletic guy, but certainly, Steve, he finds ways to be effective.
And you know, Kevin, I was a teammate of his rookie season.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, and you could see then he had all kinds of skill and feel for the game. A terrific passer, and just has a way of putting the ball in the basket.
Only played the 1 season at Michigan State.
That's right.
Marion, Indiana, Zach Randolph. Ball against Prince. Outside Griffin. Kicks it to Dudley. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Paul for 3. They get it back. Jordan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Now, Jordan has a 9.5-foot standing reach. And then you combine that with outstanding leaping ability, and you can see why Jordan can be such a lethal defender.
Yeah, very true, Steve. It's even tougher if you're the one trying to do the shot block. He has such great length and leaping ability that trying to go up and swat him is just asking to be put on a poster, I think. And he can't get the first one.
Well, in many ways, the Grizzlies aren't like most teams out west. They don't try to overpower you with offense, and they don't have a superstar to lean on for big baskets at the end, but they still know how to get wins in the tough Western Conference.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Pondexter's checked in. So he comes up empty, missing both. And when they did last year, Memphis would go 56 and 26 overall. And Steve, with 34 of those wins, courtesy of other teams in the Western Conference.
Well, they didn't seem to play like a lot of the other teams in the West, but it didn't matter. I mean, defense, toughness, rebounding, they were who they were. They established their identity, and that's one of the reasons they became such a tough team in that conference.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And the shot is good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Now here's Paul. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. Paul kicks to Jordan. The jump hook, that is good.
And things are going to come way too easy for him if he can get that deep post position.
I agree with you, Steve. You've got to deny him the ball down there as best you can.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Byron Mullins is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Memphis leading. Outside Conley. Randolph, a screen on Paul. Conley into the lane. The feed to Pondexter. The 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Griffin inside. Guarded by Prince. Griffin's shot is good. Conley with it. Prince setting a pick for Conley. Conley off the pick from Randolph. Randolph draws the double. Prince kicks to Conley. Just 5 on the clock. That's blocked. Tries again. Randolph. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Randolph's got 12 in the game. Clippers trail by 4. Here is Paul. Passes it to Mullins. Can't get it to go. Prince with the defensive effort.
It seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Conley dishes to Allen. Randolph a screen on Paul. Griffin with the steal. Paul against Conley. Paul left side, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. For the Clippers, Jamison comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Crawford right side, shoots from 14. Jump shot is good.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
And Bayless kicks to Prince. Out to the right wing. Pondexter the pass to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Misses from close range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Crawford, no luck.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
And Bayless kicks to Pondexter. Outside Conley. It's Prince on the wing. Davis inside. He's against Mullins. Oh, trying for it. Stolen by Dudley. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Crawford leading the charge. Here's Mullins. And it's all evened up. Now Bayless. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Pondexter. He dishes it to Prince. Here is Bayless, guarded by Crawford. And Jared Bayless, the bucket on the assist by Prince.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Now here's Collison. Dudley gets a screen from Mullins. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Pondexter kicks to Conley. Now the pass to Davis. Rejected by Mullins. And he recovers it. And Davis puts it in. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Well, one thing that Byron Mullins added last year was a three-point shot, and he wasn't shy at all about trying it out. I mean, it was still a work in progress, and right now I think it's a part of his game.
.139 left to play here in the first. Conley kicks to Pondexter. Prince outside. Outside Conley. There's the dish to Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Bayless the pass to Davis. The shot no good. Excellent D there from Mullins. And to go back to Mullins, not the best percentage from outside, but he is a spot-up big man.
Well, if he can get his three-point percentage up a little higher, along with his decent rebounding, I think they found something in terms of a player who can be a consistent threat in that front court.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
The difference between being a dominant or a good team and mediocrity is the ability to win on the road. The Clippers secured their spot as one of the NBA's elite teams last season because they showed the ability to get it done on the road.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And the Clippers with one of the better road records in the Western Conference last year, going 24-17. Steve, actually tied for the second most road wins in the West, only behind the Thunder.
And believe it or not, Kevin, it's the first time the Clippers franchise has ever had a winning record on the road. Actually, I do believe that when you think back to Clipper history. But I'll tell you what, it's a team on the rise and a very interesting club to watch.
Here's Collison. Michael Conley making his last shot. Takes a three. Jamison, no luck. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Conley into the lane. And Bayless gets to Conley. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Right side, Conley. Clock at 6. Dishes to Pondexter. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Now it's a 4-point Grizzly lead.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Collison. Feeds it to Crawford. To the middle. Mullins dishes to Crawford. Great tee that time from Davis.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
And that does it for the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And I think another key will be, can they continue to knock down that mid-range shot? They've been very good here early.
Zebo and Marcus All are up front. Jared Bayless is out there with Tony Allen. And it's Pondexter in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, Chris Paul re-signed with the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason, a 5-year max contract for over $100 million. But he held the Clippers' feet to the fire before he did, pressuring them to acquire coach Doc Rivers, who was also given final say in the front office. For Chris Paul, winning a championship is his ultimate goal, and he hasn't been shy about throwing his weight around off the court as well as on it. Evan?
Well, he's certainly doing just that. Thank you, Doris.
You know, it's interesting. Zach Randolph had a few off-the-court issues early in his career, especially when he was with the Portland Trailblazers. And the Grizzlies gave up almost nothing to acquire him from the Clippers. But they've got to be glad that they did, because he's developed into an outstanding player and really a good teammate as well. He's become a leader of that club.
And that one misses. Randolph was asked by someone in the press court, why was he such a great fit in Memphis? He said it's a blue-collar town, and I'm a blue-collar type player. I kind of like that, Clark.
You know, that says it all right there to me, and I would factor in this too, Kevin. His strength and physicality certainly fit with the DNA of that team. And their culture is built on effort and bruising play, and Zach Randolph fits into that nicely. A lot of what Memphis has done to build its team would have to be considered taking the undervalued approach. You look at guys like Zebo, Marcus Gasol, and most recently Jared Bayless. Those were good players that really have found a nice home in Memphis.
Here is Bayless after the made shot from Reddit. Releases from 15, connects, the jumper drops. Gasol's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
And it's Paul penetrating. Rejected by Bayless. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Randolph inside. Guarded by Crawford. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Well, Clark, just talking about Memphis, they really have taken a group of players that were thought to be non-impact roster spots, and Steve, they've turned things around with them.
Kind of comes across in the way the entire team plays. It's a blue-collar group, Kevin. Some cast-offs, guys with a chip on their shoulder, but they've got a toughness and an edge about them. And I think it's really helped this team create its identity.
And the technical free throw is good. Jordan against Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Here's Paul. Crawford outside. Snatched away. And it's Memphis on the break. Allen leading the charge. Randolph can't hit. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the slam by Blake Griffin. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
Yeah, how about that last lead change, guys? That's number 7 for the game.
Here is Bayless, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Bayless the pass to Gasol. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Clippers have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Gasol with the block. Here's Crawford. They get it again. Jordan. And he slams it one-handed.
We knew what was going to happen with that one when he got his hands on it.
Yeah, you know, if the ball comes to him off the offensive boards, Clark, it's going to go back down hard.
It's amazing how many points he salvages for his team.
And so it's Memphis with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Gasol against Jordan. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it was good. The Clippers in the lead. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Now Griffin inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, you get the kind of love Blake Griffin has gotten for dunking on everybody in the league. It doesn't go over well with your opponents. I noticed last season teams started to get a lot more physical with him because of that.
And with hard fouls becoming a topic of discussion last season for LeBron James and certainly for Blake Griffin, Steve, what's your take? Does Griffin change his style of play? Does the league step in to protect players like him? How do you view that?
Well, the league already does protect everybody. I mean, you can't commit a hard foul these days without it being called flagrant. So, I mean, I think Griffin is fine. He just needs to continue to improve. And what he can do more than anything is develop a low post game that would translate into the playoffs.
Both free throws good from Griffin.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. 12 points and 2 steals.
Tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
Now here's Allen, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Randolph, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Now here's Redick, defended by Allen. And Redick kicks to Crawford. Lock at 6. Paul for 3. That's good. Paul's got 5.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
And here are the Grizzlies now, following the 3 from Chris Paul. Bayless dishes to Allen. Inside to Gasol. Allen outside. Allen off a pick from Gasol. Back to Allen. Here's Bayless. And too long on the shot.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Now here's Redick. Paul outside. Teardrop shot. Allen outside. He kicks it to Bayless. Lets it go, and Jordan sends it back. Now the Clippers moving it up. Ball passes to Redick. He feeds it to Jordan. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Gasol with the steal. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
The shot's good from Randolph.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Ball outside. Rejected by Gasol. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Prince against Griffin. Fires from 14. Shot's good. Griffin's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Conley kicks to Prince. And it's Conley penetrating. Pass to Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, last season on the Raptors, Ed Davis was showing that he could be a solid starter in the league. Bargnani was out and he was filling in well, but he was moved out in the Rudy Gay deal and back to the bench in Memphis.
The first free throw is good. And for Davis last season, despite a downturn in minutes, you have to be encouraged by his productivity.
Yeah, good field goal percentage, scored at a higher rate. Coming into the league, we knew he could finish at the rim on lobs and putbacks, but the rest of his offensive game was more of a question mark. Seems to be coming around. He's a very skilled player.
And both free throws good for Davis.
You know, you go through the regular season, guys, and set all sorts of records for your franchise and wins and winning streaks and all that. You win your division for the first time ever, your first 50-win season, and what do you get for it? Bounced in the first round of the playoffs. It's still progress, though, and I think the Clippers will use that for motivation this season.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers got up 2-zip on the Grizzlies, but all of a sudden it came to a crashing halt. As Steve, they dropped 4 consecutive games, and just like that, we're out of the postseason.
Yeah, injuries played a part. Blake Griffin sprained his ankle, but I think the Clippers were exposed a little bit too. They're limited offensively on the front line, and maybe not quite enough shooting, but that's why they made the moves in the offseason, and they're looking to pick up and make some improvement in that regard.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burns. Doris, over to you.
Guys, Doc Rivers, the new head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers, said after last season, quote, "There were times last year when they were the best team in the league. So I clearly think this is an extremely talented basketball team. But can we do that now in the postseason as opposed to just the regular season? That'll be the true test, gentlemen."
Yeah, championship mentality, Doris. Good point. Thanks. Jamison with a screen on Conley. Jamison with a screen for Paul. Kicks it to Redick. Now the feed to Griffin. 6 feet out. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
And Bayless kicks to Prince. Passes it to Bayless. Memphis moving that ball around. Prince against Griffin. 6 to shoot. Bayless dishes to Davis. That one goes. Count. Davis has got 6 points.
Love the interior passing. He knew exactly where to go with that ball.
Conley against Paul. Pass to Redick. Shot from free throw range. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Bayless. Kicks it out to Allen. Prince against Griffin. Prince, the pass to Bayless. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back.
Paul with the three, and the basket good. He's got 8.
That's his second shot from long range in this quarter, so he's starting to roll.
Conley kicks to Prince. Back to Conley. He dishes it to Prince. Right wing. The pass to Conley. Griffin with the steal. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball.
Watch out now. Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And Davis can't get it to go.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Here is Bayless. Stolen by Jamison. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And the foul on Tayshaun Prince. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
For the Clippers, Byron Mullins is checked in for Griffin. Dudley comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Collison in for J.J. Redick. Mullins off a pick from Jamison. Inside, that falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
The dish to Davis. Connects on the open J. Davis has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Jamison with a screen for Paul. Shot from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Memphis. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Conley left side. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Davis.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Los Angeles has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's Collison, and it's blocked by Conley, and it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
15 seconds.
And so here are the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Paul. And there's Darren Collison on the assist by Paul. And that's now 7 points for Collison.
Well, after a first quarter where they really struggled from long range, they've stayed a little bit closer to the basket now here in the second.
And see, that's a nice adjustment. I mean, even for the best three-point shooting team, sometimes you have to try something different to jumpstart your offense. And being balanced in your approach is oftentimes a good thing.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Paul with the ball. Picked up by Davis. Paul with the buckets. Paul's got 10 points.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Prince dishes to Conley. Shot by Prince. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Another rebound gobbled up. They are pounding the boards.
And a big part of the lead, guys, is because of the work they've done on the glass. I mean, they have the lead because they've rebounded well.
All up top. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Clippers have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. The Grizzlies making a switch here. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And we finished one half of basketball. Clippers ahead. They lead by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Paul. And Chris, the first half, plenty of assists, lots of points up on the board. What are you seeing out there that gives you the confidence to make so many plays?
Well, in one of these games, it's very up-tempo, fast-paced, and, if they just run, I have fun, assisting and passing them the ball, so it's a fun game for me.
You have fun playing, and we have fun watching, Chris. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Thursday and just one more day until the weekend's officially here, but in the meantime, let's check out what's been going on. Los Angeles in front against Memphis. Great activity defensively. They're taking measured risks, trying to force turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on that end of the floor. Blake Griffin just having his way against Memphis. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And on the other hand, the Grizzlies are still alive. They're putting on a clinic offensively, and they're really starting to click. Zach Randolph has been lights out the first 2 quarters. He's scored 16 points and has been very efficient, converting his shots into points with a nice field goal percentage. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
Pretty much all throughout that first half, he was just taking care of business down low. And in fact, he had several dunks.
Well, Steve, there's been no defensive effort or resistance down low when he gets the ball in scoring position. That's why he's making it look so easy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. Redick and Dudley filling out the perimeter. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. And the first one at the line is good.
For so long, the Clippers were on the bottom rung of the ladder in the West, almost were a joke in the conference, but their fortunes have changed dramatically in the past few years, and now they're a team that's respected and feared.
And Randolph drops them both. Well, Clark, you said the Clippers have really flipped the Western Conference upside down over the last few years, and you're right. They have done it with, Steve's style, to say the least. They've got now also a very deep team.
Well, a 35-17 record against the West was enough to secure them their division and advantage in the first round. You have to remember, too, that they were without some of their big stars last season, so if they can stay healthy and really take advantage of what they have, this could be a lot of fun.
Here's Conley. After the made shot from Jordan, Prince's shot is good.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Clippers leading by 7. Paul passes to Redick. Dishes to Griffin. The 3 from Dudley. It's rebounded by Memphis. Conley's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Feeds it to Gasol. Turn around Jay. That's in there. Conley with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Marc Gasol. Conley against Paul. He kicks to Redick. Into Jordan. He feeds it to Griffin. Rejected by Gasol. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And the nation of intimidation right in front of us here, guys, on this overlay. Let's take a moment here for the career leaders in blocks per game, some giants of the NBA.
Well, that's what you'd expect, right? Mark Eaton, 7'4", Manute Bol, 7'7". I mean, those are specialists right there. And then you have more all-around big guys like Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson. I tell you what, if you're averaging around 3 blocks a game, well, that's top tier.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Here's Paul. The Grizzlies making the shot. Paul gets a screen from Jordan. They get a hand on it. And Redick kicks to Paul. 6 to shoot. The feed to Redick. Back to Paul. Los Angeles with another miss.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They've got to loosen up here.
Conley dishes to Randolph. Tries to keep it alive. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
16 seconds on the shot.
And the Clippers call time here.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He talked about their postgame, saying, we've got this defense stretched out, and if we can make solid entry passes into the low block, the points will come. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now here's Griffin. 16 points for him. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block where they can use their array of offensive skills. Pretty impressive to see 2 players like that coming out of the same family. And that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Now here is Conley. He's got 6. Pass to Allen. Shoots from 14. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And stolen by Prince. Here we go, one-on-one. Conley with it. Chris Paul covering. Outside Conley. Kicks it to Randolph. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Gasol. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Jordan. Clippers leading by 6. Pass to Redick. Shot on the wing. Dudley against Allen. And Dudley kicks to Paul. Teardrop shot. They grabbed their own miss, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
I like the work they've been doing in the low post, too. I mean, we've seen a lot of points coming on the inside all day.
One is off.
I tell you what, guys, I think most NBA fans can think back to last season when DeAndre Jordan had a dunk for the ages. I remember my son reached out to me by text and said, did you see what DeAndre did? And it was major impressive.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. That one is no good. And for DeAndre Jordan's spectacular dunks are nothing new. I read the other day a 9'6" standing reach. He can touch the rim on the tips of his toes.
I read that too. It's interesting. I mean, he's so big and yet so explosive off his feet. So I think he has the ability to be one of the best defensive players in the NBA.
Now here's Paul after the Marcus Omas. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Conley following the basket by Blake Griffin. Picked by Randolph. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Back to Conley from outside the arc. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, one or two more of those and this lead will be double digits.
Paul with the three. Can't hit, and it's Memphis the other way.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
Here is Bayless, covered by Redick. Left side, Randolph. Conley for three, and that one's good. Conley's got 9.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And it's Jordan, that time on the assist by Paul. 8 points for Jordan.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And Jordan sends it back. Now the pass to Conley. Griffin against Gasol. And they double up Gasol. Here's Prince. And finally they hit one. Prince has got 4 this quarter.
You got to love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's Paul. That's good.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Now here is Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Gasol kicks to Bayless. Back to Gasol. To the wing on the left. Again, Memphis. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. And Griffin slams it in.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. He mentioned defensive strategy right away. He wants fewer bodies in the paint and more on the perimeter to contest those perimeter jump shots. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here is Davis. 12 points for him. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And you look at Ed Davis out of North Carolina, but we know he can be a factor with his defense and his rebounding. I think the question with Davis is, can he be good enough offensively? Will he be able to provide scoring inside?
Well, going back to Ed Davis, he just started playing consistent minutes, Clark, with the Raptors when the trade occurred, moving him to Memphis.
Yeah, but you talk about his offensive development, Kevin, playing alongside, other skilled front court players that they've got there. I think he can get better and improve, and really it's a nice fit. Their bulk and skill and his length and shot blocking, it can be a nice combo. Just absolute domination in this one for Davis. He's got 13 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, and that's something that's important for him and his team. Getting a few extra points, knocking those free throws down, and helping your team any way you can.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer. Size and strength inside, playmakers on the perimeter, and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling?
Antoine Jameson's checked in for the Clippers. The Grizzlies trail by 6. It's Prince on the wing. Fades and shoots. Chris Paul grabs the miss. Paul's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have a megastar that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. And Steve, you know, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. So I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
Well, I'm sure Chris Paul not happy with how last season ended. He's hungry for a title. But a franchise best in wins for the Clippers, and for CP3, another great season statistically, I think he's got to take some solace in that.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And so Paul nails both of them. And for Chris Paul last season, a career low in minutes with a great backup behind him and Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, even when Paul missed those 12 games with an injury, the Clippers did fine without him. But now Bledsoe is on to Phoenix after the trade. Darren Collison steps into that backup role, and we'll see how he's able to fare.
Now here's Paul, following the shot by Tayshaun Prince. Collison kicks to Paul. Back to Collison. Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. And it's blocked by Conley. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Paul kicks to Collison. Here's Jamison. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
Now here is Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Prince dishes to Conley. Stolen by Jamison. Collison against Davis. Collison the pass to Paul. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 18 points for Chris Paul.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Now Bayless. He has 5. Conley kicks to Prince. He dishes it to Davis. Misses in close. Clippers leading by 8. Outside, Jamison. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. Jamendolf's checked in for Memphis. Allen comes in for Jared Bayless. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Randolph sets a screen for Allen. Randolph a screen on Collison. Stolen. Paul with the ball. Guarded now by Tayshaun Prince. Collison, no good. Go back to that leadership that Chris Paul provides. I saw that some last year in the general manager category said that he might be the best single leader on any team in the NBA.
I would agree with that. He's just a dominant presence out there, despite the fact that he's kind of short. But he just understands his point guard's role. Passionate about the game, smart basketball player, and loves to play.
Here's Conley, following the score by Jamal Crawford. Looking to end the run. Here's Randolph, a beautiful reverse layup. Randolph's got 4 this quarter.
And what you love about him is just the way he hits the offensive glass. I mean, he knows that those are the easiest points for him when he can find a loose ball, get an offensive board, and put it back into the basket.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when a rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
Now here is Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Allen. Memphis moving that ball around. Clock at 6. Here's Randolph. That's good. Randolph's got it back down to single digits for the Grizzlies.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Paul gets a screen from Jamison. Jamison with a screen on Prince. Paul can't get it to go.
Well contested shot there.
And that's the key defensively. You got to make them work for it, challenge every shot.
Prince's shot is good. Prince has got 8 points.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Collison dishes to Mullins. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And the Clippers lead by 9. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Conley kicks to Allen. There's 18 seconds left in the third. Conley gets the bucket. 11 points in the game.
This seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Jamison, no luck.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers leading by 7. Conley and Allen are the guard set. Zebo and Marcus All are up front. And it's Pondexter in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Allen outside. Now the dish to Conley. Jordan against Randolph. 6 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Conley with the 3. Great D that time from Collison. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Shot from free throw range. The shot by Redick, no good.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Allen passes to Conley. Dishes it to Randolph, and J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Conley against Collison. Here's Gasol. Drops in the layup for 2. Gasol's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Grizzlies. Collison with it. Conley picks him up. Randolph against Griffin. Feeds to Redick. 6 to shoot. A fadeaway, and he gets the bucket. 22 points for Blake Griffin.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Now here's Conley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Mike Conley, the starting point guard in Memphis pretty much his whole career. I'm sure he would agree that last season was probably his best yet.
And for Conley last season, an uptick in three-pointer and free throws attempted. Very interesting combination of numbers there.
Well, and for a perimeter player, a lot of times that can be the key to offensive efficiency, because when you can shoot from the three-point line, it makes you even quicker than you already are. Defenses have to attack and chase you off that line, and now you can get into the paint and make other plays happen.
That's good from Conley.
Mike Conley, boy, second in the NBA last season in steals per game. Quick feet and quick hands, and a smart defender as well. Make him a pesky guy to deal with at that end of the floor.
And Conley drops them both. And for Conley offensively, he doesn't try, Steve, I think, to do too much.
No, in some ways he reminds you of like a possession quarterback.
Ah, nice comparison.
He's going to be steady, do the little things, and let the game come to him, but very capable of making a big play when necessary.
Gasol kicks to Allen. And here is Conley. Back to Allen. He feeds it to Randolph, and there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Third team foul. Allen
outside. Conley with it, picked up by Collison. And the rejection by Jordan. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break.
Close by gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young talent.
Here's Griffin.
Guys, when his class came out, people thought Irving was the clear-cut number one player, but I don't think anybody saw him. Well, it was kind of an up and down last few months for J.J. Redick. Traded away by his team of almost 7 years in Orlando, ended up making a pit stop in Milwaukee before bouncing back to the open market. And there was certainly demand for his services. Every team in the league can use a laser shooter.
And he makes the first. And another solid year for Redick last season with two different teams.
Great shooter coming out of Duke, and you really have to respect how hard he's worked to round out his game. He's become more than just a spot-up shooter. He's a team defender. He can move without the ball, but he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim and finish. I think he's become an excellent guard in this league.
Second free throw, no good.
Hey, I think we all knew that the Clippers were good last year, but we really took notice when they rattled off those 17 wins in a row in December. That was a franchise record, which had previously been 11, and that's when the league really took notice.
And Griffin, here we go. Wide open look, and good, he nails it. And the Clippers lead by 8.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Well, it was the year of the win streak last season with Miami doing what they did and Denver getting hot as well. But you know, Steve, the Clippers had the first lengthy win streak and turned some heads earlier in the season.
Yeah, what was that, about 17 games in a row they won? And I thought that kind of established the Clippers in the West, put a little fear in the rest of the conference, and gave LA a swagger that I thought helped them get through the rest of the season.
Here's Collison after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Now here's Dudley. He's guarded closely. Back to Collison. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Now here's Conley. Inside to Randolph. No good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Here's Collison. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Conley with it. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. He kicks it to Gasol. Griffin with the steal. Here is Dudley. Los Angeles making a switch here. Paul's checked in.
Chris Paul.
Now the feed to Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin against Randolph. Griffin's shot is good.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Now here is Conley. Out left to the wing. Randolph against Griffin. Randolph can't hit. Clippers leading by 10. And it's Paul penetrating. Pass to Griffin. Paul against Conley. Paul passes to Dudley. Back to Paul. Stolen by Michael Conley. Kicks it to Allen. Allen off a pick from Randolph. shot to end this cold run. Conley dishes to Randolph. Tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Randolph's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Memphis.
How huge has he been, giving his team the lift?
Without his work offensively, Steve, I don't know where they'd be. Shooting is great efficiency. I don't think they'd have a chance without him.
Dudley's shot is good.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
All against Conley. Allen outside. Back to Conley. Passes it to Pondexter. There's Conley. Gets a very good look and converts. Conley's got 9 points here in the second half. Clippers leading by 8. Now Paul. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Paul's got 20.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Now here's Conley. Outside for Randolph. And another basket for Memphis.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Here's Paul. Griffin a screen on Conley. And it's Paul penetrating Jordan. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Allen with the screen for Conley, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Quincy Pondexter. Los Angeles leading by 8. And the Clippers call time here. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. His message? I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the final horn. Right now, we need to go out there and take this one home. Guys?
Ball left side. Pass to Dudley. Back to Paul. Just 4 to shoot. Ball left side. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Here's Conley. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, guys, the Grizzlies a bit of a throwback team, and I like their moniker of grit and grind. It really was their identity of toughness and physicality, and I thought that's how they played, and as a result, they had a terrific season.
But, Clark, you mentioned the Grizzlies' old-fashioned style of play. There may be some changes in the offing. The new ownership group has made it a focal point to use, Steve, more advanced stats to inform their decision-making, analytics.
Well, and what will be interesting, Kevin, is that most advanced stat gurus will tell you you need three-point shooting. This was a very poor three-point shooting club a season ago. So I would expect them to start going more in that direction, but you can't get away from your identity, which is the low-post game of Gasol and Randolph.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Conley drops them both.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
And here's Dudley for 3, and he gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 9.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Los Angeles leading by 9. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. The drive by Paul. Kicks it out to Crawford. That is good.
Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Now here's Allen. Outside Conley. Back to Allen. Gasol kicks to Allen. Just 5 to shoot. And shot on the way. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Conley.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
Yeah, 6 of their last 10 points coming in that in-between range.
Now here's Paul. Crawford passes to Jordan. Clippers moving the ball around. And Dudley kicks to Crawford. Ball outside. The offensive rebound. Soft touch off the glass. 10 points for Jordan.
Tell you what, does not matter what the score is. He's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
Conley dishes to Allen. Jordan against Gasol. That one wide left.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Jordan, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Jordan's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. And guys fighting fire with fire, if you will. Got some attitude thrown his way on the last play. Now gives him right back.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to give anybody attitude, he's probably not the guy to give it to.
Exactly. That's a surefire way to get him pumped up, ready to make some plays and put on a show of his own. You don't want to start that up.
Here's Conley. 1:39 left to play here in the fourth.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
Here's Crawford. Shot is off, and it's Memphis the other way. Dudley against Conley. Back to Allen. 6 to shoot. Conley against Dudley. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Los Angeles.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
You always need role players to step up and help, and that was the case here as everything was working for Griffin. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on defense that put them in the driver's seat.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Nice D from Crawford. Now the Clippers with it. They're on an 11-2 run. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Griffin a screen on Allen. Paul is doubled. Knocks it loose. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Allen.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
Fourth personal foul. Fifth team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Marc Gasol. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Clippers making a switch here. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Jamison the pass to Collison. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Chris, we got to see Lob City in full effect here tonight. Seems like everyone on this team is really on the same page right now.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting. You know, it's something good for the fans to be excited about, but at the end of the day, we got to win games.
It's always about that, Chris. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.